Go interactive with X-Ray, where we bring trading experts to you live in the platform. Choose sessions, watch live market analysis, and catch up on your favorite market insights anytime. Ask questions and go one-to-one with leading experts on gold, oil, FX, crypto, indices, and equities. X-Ray, your very own analysis team, right at your fingertips. That's higher trading from MarketsX. Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Good day, good morning, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another busy day in the markets with InstructFX. My name is Andrew, and today I'm bringing you the latest news from the markets before the opening bell. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get started. Just before we get started, I want to rest assure you that anything you hear or see during our live talk shows does not represent investment advice nor solicitation to buy or sell CFDs or cryptocurrencies. Financial instruments are complex products that carry high risk, so you better do your own analysis before making any investment decision based on your own personal circumstances. With this being said, here's what's happening in the markets on this beautiful Tuesday, 10th of August, 2021. The US stock markets closed the day in red yesterday, retracting slightly from the all-time high as the earnings season started easing off. No notable movement was noted for the U.S. indices before the opening bell today, with the Dow Jones Industrial Average, the S&P 500, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq moving as little as 0.1% both directions before the opening bell. The U.S. dollar index strengthened further on the European trading session today, topping up to $93 as hints of tapering measures could start as soon as September. The Fed member Eric Rosengren suggested yesterday, and Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic somehow supported Rosengren's comment, saying that the Fed should move fast and it could taper its asset purchases with another 1 or 2 months of strong employment gains. The euro continued to trade to the downside today, trading as low as 117.23, trading inches away from the 117 flat after the German ZW sentiment dropped below consensus expectations. The euro reached the same low level against the US dollar at the end of March, and before that in September and November last year. So the pressure is on. In the commodities markets, crude oil prices recovered slightly from yesterday's sell-off, but the sentiment remains negative still, as the number of increasing infections in China and the restricting measures are definitely contributing to low demand for one of the biggest oil consumers in the world. Gold futures continued the losing streak today after a very shy correction on the European trading session, gaining only about $10, but still pointing to the downside. $1,700 will probably be the take-profit level eyed by traders that decided to short gold futures today. And the US Open will definitely bring us more clarity on gold's direction for the day. In the cryptocurrencies markets, the pressure is on as the controversial proposed US bill on cryptocurrencies might get voted as soon as this morning by the US Senate. Cryptocurrencies did not react as expected after the half-good news, let's say, finding it very difficult to rally at new highs, with Bitcoin trading at around 45,700, slightly lower than yesterday, and Ethereum still holding steady just above the $3,000 mark. And please don't forget to join us tomorrow, beautiful people, tomorrow evening for an incendiary round of market talks about regulation in the crypto markets, which is just around the corner. I will be joined by a handful of industry specialists, and you can ask us any questions you have by tomorrow night regarding financial markets or cryptocurrencies. So join us tomorrow night and don't miss out. And now my favorite line, guys, from Europe to South Africa, from Limassol to Cape Town and London. This is InstructFX News. US markets open, coming up. Right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome once again to the opening bell with InstructFX. Let's see what's happening in the economic calendar just before we go to the opening bell. Today, the economic calendar brought us lower numbers than expected for the German ZW sentiment, sending the euro tumbling down. The non-farm productivity data from the US came out below consensus expectations 30 minutes ago, and later on today, we're going to have the API weekly crude oil stock announced only 1 day ahead of the crude oil inventories. On the earnings side, things started easing off, but there are still some stocks that are worth keeping an eye on. We're still going to have some reports. Right, Amc Entertainment, the same Amc Entertainment that was involved in the Reddit scandal a few months back, if you remember, is likely to be in the spotlight again after the troubled movie theater chain reported a lower loss than expected after the close yesterday, also announcing it will begin accepting Bitcoin at all US locations this year. Now, this statement worries me a bit. Is it really needed to accept Bitcoin for movie theaters now? Is this the biggest problem that the company has or other companies have around the world, or it's just a publicity stunt? Okay, let's try and remember that Bitcoin is currently trading around the $40,000 mark. So I don't know, comparing it to a theater ticket, yeah, that's about $20. Is it still needed to pay in Bitcoin? Some people never learn, do they? Some companies never learn. Let me know what you think on this one. Is Bitcoin really needed to be used for entering movie theaters in the States, or this is just some crazy idea that some person had? Right. Now, talking about earnings, Coinbase Global is set to report quarterly earnings later today, with the crypto exchange stock receiving a big boost from the recent sharp gains in Bitcoin. The shares of the cryptocurrency exchange jumped 8.6% ahead of its quarterly earnings report. Because Coinbase generates most of its revenue from trading, the stock price is closely tied to the price of Bitcoin, which reached $46,000 on Monday for the first time since May and broke its 200-day moving average. Right, Tyson Foods added 8.7% after the beef and poultry producer reported a better-than-expected quarterly earnings report. The company posted quarterly earnings of $2.70 a share, well above consensus estimate of $1.62 per share, according to Refinitiv. The shares of the newly public online brokerage Robinhood jumped 3.3% yesterday. And Robinhood's stock has been volatile since its IPO, and it's been getting major attention from the retail investor crowd. This is what's happening with the stocks, and I'll make you a deal. Let's take exactly a 30-second break, and then we're going to come back live with some crypto news, guys, and see what is happening in the cryptocurrency markets today and what the regulators have to say about it yesterday. Stay tuned. We're coming back live in 30 seconds with the crypto news.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, crypto news, beautiful people. Finally, the cryptocurrencies are getting closer and closer to global regulation, with the US potentially voting on the crypto bill as soon as today. Initially, the bill was supposed to create a huge tax burden on the entire American crypto industry, as it seeks to generate $28 billion from crypto brokers. And this sparked serious controversy between US senators, as reported by Bitcoin peers. The General Counsel confirmed in a tweet yesterday that 68 versus 29 votes did not favor the amendment on the bill. Due to unanimous consent, the amendment had a chance to be revised and possibly approved before the final vote today. A few senators, however, shown their support for the crypto industry by filing for an amendment that would reduce the scope of the term broker by exempting miners, validators, and software developers from the list. According to Crypto Mom Senator Cynthia Loomis, both sides are at loggerheads over the 30-hour rule that allows senators to consider a bill for up to 30 hours before voting. So we might see the crypto prices skyrocketing or tanking sharply in the next few hours. Now, here's how the most traded cryptocurrencies moved in the last 24 hours. And let's see together the top gainers and the top losers. What do you say? Right, I'm going to be using Coinbase for this one, and we're looking at Bitcoin gaining 0.6% in the last 24 hours. We're looking at Ethereum trading at $2,722 roughly and gaining 1.85%. We see Cardano also gaining 8.6% yesterday, and Dogecoin also gaining 1.15%. Polkadot, Uniswap, and Solana all traded to the upside in the last 24 hours, gaining 4.13%, 5.5%, and 6.3% respectively. Let's have a quick look and see who are the main gainers in the last 24 hours. And as you can see, the top of the chart is held by Cartesi, or having the ticker CTSI, that gained more than almost 53.7% in the last 24 hours. We're looking at Axie Infinity having the ticker AXS, gaining 36% in the last 24 hours. We're looking at NKN gaining 28.1%. NU also gained 19.4%. Keep Network gained 17.12%, and UMA gained 13.35%. These are the top gainers, but what do we know, guys? Once you have the top gainers, you're going to have the top losers as well. So let's see who are the top losers in the crypto markets in the last 24 hours. Right, the head of the chart is Alchemy Pay. ACH is the ticker, losing 9.78% in the last 24 hours. The next one is Harvest Finance, which surprised everyone over the weekend with tremendous gains of over 40%. Well, there you go. It lost 6.3% in the last 24 hours. Quant also pulled to the downside, losing 5.3%. Mask Network lost 4.2%. PlayDeep, or PLA, lost 3.6%, and LivePeer, traded 2.9% lower. Also, Shiba Inu and Monero lost 0.2% and 0.1% respectively. This is what's happening in the crypto markets, guys. We're going to take a 30-second break, and then we're going to come back live with the charts of the day. Let's see how the beautiful financial markets moved in the last 8 hours or so. So stay tuned. We're coming back live in exactly 30 seconds from now.
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, beautiful people. Good afternoon once again. It's 15 minutes after 4 o'clock, and we're only 15 minutes ahead of the opening bell today. Let's see what's happening. We saw a big turnover with the most traded assets this week, the start of this week. So let's see what has happened on the European trading session today. We're going to start with crude oil WTI futures as usual on a 60-minute chart. On the charts provided by investing.com. And we can see that crude oil WTI traded somehow higher in the last 24 hours. But as closer we get to the opening bell, we see crude oil WTI pushing to the downside again and potentially continuing the downtrend. $67.27 this afternoon for crude oil WTI. RSI stochastic pointing downwards, and we're only 15 minutes ahead of the opening bell. The volatility should start picking up by now, so let's see what's going to happen in a few minutes from now. The euro also traded to the downside on the European trading session today after the German ZW sentiment came out negative, well below consensus expectations. 117.19 is the current market price. We see a very shy green candlestick opening right now, but as we are only a few minutes ahead of the opening bell, we know that anything could happen in a few minutes. The pound traded a bit higher on the European trading session today, but 2 hours ago, 3 hours ago, it started pointing to the downside, trading at 138.47 as we speak, with both RSI stochastic pointing downwards and showing us that rejection there from the 50 moving average at 138.65. Let's see what's going to happen. If we zoom out a bit, we can see that the British pound is making a U-turn versus the US dollar. And if we were to go by the chart analysis, then we would expect the British pound to pull to the downside in the upcoming hours. But let's see what's going to happen with the US dollar at the opening in a few minutes from now. Talking about the US dollar, we see the USD JPY trading to the upside today on the European trading session. 110.50 is the current market price. And if, again, we draw a resistance level, we can see that the USD JPY pair reached the same level, retested that resistance at 110.59. And it had the same price on the 23rd of July. At 1500 hours. Let's see what's going to happen. If we're going to see a break out to the upside, then probably the USD JPY pair will trade, will settle higher, gaining a bit more. Otherwise, we might see a rejection, from that resistance level that we have up there at 110.50, somewhere there in that region. We might see the USD JPY pair trading to the downside. The Aussie dollar, again, just like the pound, gained a bit on the European trading session today, but a couple of hours ago started pointing to the downside after retesting that 50 moving average. 0.7339 is the current market price, with the relative strength index pointing downwards, and we see stochastic turning around as well. And if we were to accumulate those two indicators with the price action and with the rejection from that 50 moving average, then some of us might think that the Aussie dollar will point to the downside even further. The USD CAD pair was quite undecided today. It didn't trade higher or lower. We saw up and down swings, but nothing substantially has happened yet. 125.73 is the current market price, with the RSI stochastic somewhere in between the overbought and the oversold levels. So nothing big has happened yet with the USD CAD pair. Right, the S&P 500, guys, closed the day in red yesterday. We saw a red candlestick at closing. So, again, it makes me wonder if this was just a fake breakout after that triple top that we saw there, or if there's still power left in the S&P 500 to trade that higher highs, and surprise us once again. Looking at the Dow Jones Industrial Average, we can see again trading in the red and closing the day in red yesterday. Again, after a quadruple top, we could say, or let's just say the Dow Jones Industrial Average has been ranging for a couple of weeks, and you can see the tension up there. So again, I'm wondering if this is a false breakout. And we're going to see the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 probably trading lower and re-entering the ranging market that we saw for a couple of weeks. Or it's just a retest of the 50 moving average, and from there on, we might see the price action moving to the upper level, indicating quite a lot of strength for the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Right, Apple closed the day in green yesterday. Not a lot of movement was noticed on the U.S. trading session. 146.09 for Apple at closing yesterday. Amazon traded to the downside. We can see the huge gap that was there at the opening bell on Monday. So let's see. Yesterday we saw Amazon trading sideways and closing the day at 3,341.87. Nvidia traded to the downside, just like the Dow Jones and the S&P 500 yesterday, closing in red at $202.95. Here we see the US dollar index gaining on the European trading session today and trading above the 93 mark. 93,088 is the current market price, and we see both indicators, the RSI and the stochastic, up in the higher section of the charts, in the overbought levels. So we might see a bit of a pullback from the US dollar index after the opening bell. Gold futures traded to the downside today, currently trading at $1,727.40. Okay, it's very hard to tell what's going to happen with gold. We can see both indicators at the bottom of the charts into the oversold levels. And the pressure is on for gold bulls. Right, Brent oil futures, again, gained a bit on the European trading session today. We can see the gains there. And as we got closer to the opening bell, there we go. These are the gains. Right. That's the movement. And as we got closer to the opening bell, we saw a bit of a pullback in the markets, which was expected after a correction of only 50%. And considering the pressure is still on and the situation in China might definitely affect global demand. 69.75 for Brent oil futures this afternoon. There's more potential to the downside than to the upside, as we saw the price action falling below this red line, which is the 200 moving average a few trading sessions ago. Silver is copying gold, basically is mirroring gold, trading to the downside, 23.28 the current market price, with both indicators trading into the oversold levels. So we're going to see what's going to happen in a few minutes. Tesla closed the day in red yesterday, again after a triple top, closing at $713.76. Okay, it traded to the upside yesterday. We can see the gap that happened at the opening for Tesla. Let me zoom in a bit. There we go. This was the opening yesterday, and it gained, but again, it closed the day in red, trading to the downside. 713.76 for Tesla, 361.61 for Facebook, which had a very similar performance to Tesla's yesterday, opening to the upside and later in the US trading session making a U-turn, and apparently retesting that 50 moving average. Alibaba traded open to the downside yesterday, traded almost flat the entire day, and just before closing, it managed to push a tad higher and close the day at 195.25 for Alibaba. Right, quick one. Bitcoin, seems stuck in a ranging market there for a couple of trading sessions. We know the pressure is on. We know that the statements that came from the Fed, from the Securities and Exchange Commission, affected investor sentiment, and probably people are pulling back until after the vote that might happen today. Ethereum, on the other hand, is pushing to the upside, trading towards the 3,200 level, after it managed to create a series of higher highs. After yesterday, Vitalik Buterin, Ethereum's father, basically said that he considers the London hard fork that happened on Thursday a success. So from here on, we might see Ethereum trading even higher. But the pressure is still on for the crypto markets, beautiful people, and the pressure is definitely still on for Bitcoin. Now, we also have some stocks that are worth mentioning before the opening bell. So stay tuned. We're coming back live in 30 seconds with the stocks of the day, 5 minutes ahead of the opening bell.
Keep your finger on the market pulse with the News Alerts tool. Stay up to date on the latest sentiment across all the major asset classes. Uncover bullish or bearish signals tied to specific assets that could be developing before major price moves, and track how news sentiment correlated with price in the past. Track the news volume on an asset, its fear index, and get a better feel for its underlying strength. All with News Alerts, your central hub for market information. That's higher trading from MarketsX.
Right, and we're less than 5 minutes ahead of the opening bell, beautiful people. Let's see what stocks are worth checking out today and what were the the movers before the opening bell today. Amc Entertainment rose 7.2% after the troubled movie theater chain reported a lower loss than expected after the close yesterday, as customers returned after a year of closure and restrictions. Once again, I'm going to touch upon it. AMC Entertainment apparently also stated that by the end of the year, they're going to start accepting Bitcoin for people to access their movie theaters. The only thing I have to comment on this one is that unless a ticket is $40,000 or $45,000, which it's the current Bitcoin's price, this statement has absolutely no logic from a movie theater. Fisker stock rose 14% after Morgan Stanley resumed coverage on the electric vehicle maker with an overnight rating and target of $40 a share, offering upside of 166%, citing the focus strategy on design and engineering and supply chain as a big attraction. This makes more sense. Now, Moderna stock rose 1.7% and BioNTech also rose 1.6% ahead of the new guidance on the need for virus boosters. I don't know if you noticed, I'm avoiding to use the term COVID. I just call it the virus. Right, GameStop stock rose 1.8% after AMC Entertainment CEO Adam Aron indicated he was looking to pursue some sort of partnership between the two meme favorites. Right, these two will go together hand in hand forever, and probably if they continue like this, they're going to crash together hand in hand. Casper Sleep stock fell 6.1% after the mattress maker reported record quarterly revenue boosted by strong growth in both retail and direct-to-consumer sales channels. Intercontinental Hotels fell 1.9% after the hotel chain ended its dividend to cut costs, even after it reported an operating profit for the first 6 months of the year, rebounding from a year ago loss. Unbelievable what's happening with these companies. And Chegg stock rose 3.9% after the online education company raised its full year forecast, boosted by strong quarterly earnings and healthy international growth. Right. And they didn't say they're going to accept Bitcoin for their courses, like other big companies do. I'm starting to wonder if this is just a meme, that as a company, you have to make a statement regarding Bitcoin and regarding accepting Bitcoin as a medium of payment for your product. Now, in Tesla's case, let's say it makes sense. Although the world did not run out of fiat money, there's not a shortage of fiat money. If anything, there's an abundance of fiat money. So why would anyone pay for something in Bitcoin? It's like paying for something with stocks. What's the point? You're using the Bitcoin or you're using the cryptocurrencies to make money, guys, not to pay for things. So it does not make sense. When you're purchasing Bitcoin, you're purchasing the cryptocurrency and you're storing it on your ledger, or you're storing it in your safe box in cold storage, waiting for the price to go up so you benefit, from your return of investment. What is the point of paying for a theater ticket or for a car in Bitcoin? If you would have Amazon stocks and you would do really well because you bought them 10 years ago, and someone would come to you now and say, I'll sell you a car or I'll sell you a flat. Give me some Amazon stocks. Would you do it? Definitely not. And looking at it from a different point of view, beautiful people, a car is nothing but a depreciating lump of metal. A cryptocurrency or a stock, supposedly, is an appreciating asset. What is the point of spending an appreciating asset on a depreciating lump of metal? Let me know what you think in the comments box below, guys. And now, let's have a quick look at the charts and see how the financial markets opened on this beautiful Tuesday, 10th of August, 2021. Right, we see Ethereum picking up after the opening bell. Very good rally for Ethereum. Look at this, guys. $3,225 for Ethereum. 1 minute after the opening bell into the US trading session. We're looking at Bitcoin, very steady, very shy yet, still pointing to the upside, still topping up $46,000, but not rallying as Ethereum. Look at Ethereum. Amazing rally. 1 minute into the US trading session. Let's see what's happening with crude oil WTI. Once the US markets have opened, we see a push to the upside for crude oil WTI. 67.56 is the current market price, but don't jump the gun, guys. Wait for the markets to settle if you're planning to enter the markets with any trades now. But this is not investment advice. Feel free to do your own analysis and your own research and do whatever you think is best for you. Right, let's see what happened to the euro. Euro seems to be wanting to gain a bit and trade to the upside a couple of minutes into the US trading session. Nothing substantial has happened as yet, though. 117.16 for the euro. See what happened with the pound. Pound seems to be pushing to the upside as soon as the US markets have opened. 138.45 for the pound. No notable movement just yet. USD JPY is still pointing to the upside. Look at it gaining as we speak, guys. And I'm on a 15-minute chart. If I decrease the time frame, probably you're going to see the volatility picking up. There we go. Yeah, we can see the USD JPY pair trading at 110.56 and jumping literally a couple of minutes into the US trading session. The Aussie dollar, so far so good, quite steady. The price is well supported by that 200 moving average. USD CAD opened to the downside. Yeah, we can see this big red candlestick, 125.69 for the USD CAD shortly after the US markets open. We saw the S&P 500, beautiful people, opening. I don't know where it opened, to be honest. I think it opened to the upside. Bear with me for a second. Yes, it opened a bit to the upside, but it started pointing downwards sharply. Let's have a quick look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average on a 5-minute chart. Maybe I can catch. Again, we saw a jump a tad higher. Yeah, and a bit of a fluctuation is happening now. No notable movement for the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Okay, let's see the US dollar index. Couple of minutes into the US trading session, we see a red candlestick. There we go. Yeah, we're looking at the last candlestick there. And by the looks of it, let me zoom in a bit. Right, by the looks of it, we're looking at a very shy candlestick that opened at 93.12, which is slightly higher, yeah, than the previous price. There we go. The candlestick starts taking a shape now, and it's a red candlestick, and it's pointing to the downside. Right, a bit of a sell-off is happening on the US dollar index as expected, as it traded higher on the European trading session. Yeah, gold very shy after the opening bell. We saw a very little spike there. We see a green candlestick, but apparently the sellers, yeah, are determined on gold futures this afternoon. Right, silver started picking up a bit. We see a very, very shy green candlestick pointing to the upside. Probably we're going to see a retest of that 50 moving average for silver. Or if the buying power continues, we might see a retest of that 200 MA around the 23.86 mark. But this is it. Tesla opened to the downside, $708.75 for Tesla. Facebook opened higher, 362.40. Yeah, and Alibaba also opened higher. Yeah, currently trading at $197.39. One last look at Bitcoin to see if Bitcoin will start following Ethereum to the upside. Nope, nothing has happened yet. If anything, Bitcoin just dropped below the $46,000 mark in the last couple of minutes. And Ethereum, guys, is pushing to the upside, trading at $3,216.20 minutes into the US trading session today. Amazing, amazing, amazing performance. Right. This is it from my side today, guys. Remember to join us tomorrow evening for an amazing live crypto debate about the regulation in the cryptocurrencies that is just around the corner. We're going to have Brad Alexander, CEO at FX Large, Neil Wilson at Markets.com, myself, yours truly, Rian Hobson from Bull Markets, joining us from Cape Town, South Africa, Andrew Sachs at ETX Capital from the heart of London, and also 2 surprise guests. Also, feel free to join us, ask any questions you want, and if anyone is brave enough, you can join us as a speaker as well. This is it from my side today, guys. Join us again tomorrow, same time, same place for a new round of market talks, and join me again tomorrow evening for an amazing live crypto debate about the regulation of cryptocurrencies. Until then, remember to trade responsibly and may all your trades be in the money. This video was sponsored by Markets.com.
Discover how some of the top executives are trading their own companies with our Insider Trades tool. See who's been buying or selling stock and what their trades say about insider sentiment. Use this unique big data tool to make more informed stock trades. That's higher trading from MarketsX.